Your voice is not audible.
Pause for a moment and breathe out. When you do this, just tell to yourself quietly that you're feeling completely relaxed from your head to toe. Feel calm and peaceful. Feel a wave of relaxation flow from the soles of your feet. Start feeling relaxed from your feet, slowly to your ankles, to your lower legs, towards your hips, your pelvic area, your abdomen. Now move to your chest. Slowly, gently move to your back. Feel your relaxation in your hands. Move to your lower arms very slowly, mildly. Feel the relaxation in your elbows. And then move to your upper arms. From upper arms, you're moving towards your shoulders, your neck, back of your head, and now you're coming to your face. Tighten the muscle in your face for a second. Nicely tighten it. You will feel some kind of a tension. Now slowly release that tension. Relax your face. Then raise your eyebrows. For a few seconds and then come back. Allow your entire body to rest heavily on the surface where you sit. Now your body is fully relaxed. Don't open your eyes. Just tell yourself that you're feeling relaxed and listen. Imagine you are walking toward the ocean, walking through a beautiful tropical forest. You can hear the waves up ahead. You can smell the ocean spray. The air is moist and warm. Feel a pleasant, cool breeze blowing through the trees. You walk along a path, coming closer to the sea. As you come to the edge of the trees, you see the brilliant aqua color of the ocean ahead. You walk out of the forest. You feel the sand, and the sand is very soft. Imagine taking off your shoes and walking through the hot white sand toward the beach. Is wide and long. You keep admiring the beautiful beach. You hear the waves crashing to the shore. Smell the clean salt water. You keep moving towards the water. It is a bright blue-green. See the waves washing up onto the sand and receding back toward the ocean. Enjoy the ever-repeating rhythm of the waves. Waves are something which are very beautiful. Imagine yourself walking toward the water. Hot sand. You're feeling very hot. As you approach the water, you can feel the mist from the ocean on your skin. You walk closer to the waves and feel the sand becoming wet and firm. A wave washes over the sand toward you and touches your toes very gently. You love the water, the wave touching your feet. As you step forward, more waves wash over your feet. You feel the cool water provide relief from the heat. You keep admiring the beautiful scene. You thank the nature. You feel completely lost. You feel completely divine. You feel so relaxed. And then you further see the clean water. The water is very pleasant, providing a relief from the hot sun, cool but not cold. You keep walking. You wanted to swim. You enjoy the ocean for a few minutes. Allow this visualization, relaxation to deepen more and more relaxed. Keep enjoying the ocean. You're feeling calm and refreshed. You walk back out of the water, stroll along the beach at the water's edge. You're totally free of worries, no stress, only calm, enjoying this day. Imagine there is a launch here and you just go and sit and lie down. You feel the sand, enjoying the breeze, the waves. You feel peaceful and relaxed. Allow all your stresses to melt away. The stress hardly matters. When you're ready to return from your day, do it very slowly. Bring yourself back to your usual level of alertness. Keep with you the feeling of calm and relaxation, feeling ready to return to your day. Slowly stretch your muscles. Feel refreshed. Slowly open your eyes. Tarini,
Yes, ma'am.
please come to the third slide, relaxation exercise. You will see the beach slide.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So the students, how did you felt? Can I ask from Bharat? Fatima? I need a session where I want my students to interact. And today's session is something it's based on interview. So let us talk and speak so that you can clarify and you will be even more benefited. Yeah, Bharat or Fatima?
Bharat, unmute yourself and Monisha has replied, ma'am. Feeling calm, ma'am.
Feeling calm? Okay. What else you felt, Monisha, while doing this exercise?
Monisha, unmute yourself and talk to ma'am.
Yeah, Bharat was saying like I felt relaxing, ma'am. Fine. See, this exercise is not for me, students. It is something like where today early morning where I just want you to, like with your busy schedule, just wanted to make you feel relaxed. And the only thing is the trust you have on me. You may be thinking like, what is it? What kind of a session? What is going to happen? So many queries you'll be having in your mind. But believe me, once you start concentrating and focusing, definitely you will be helped out from this session. Fine. So moving with the fourth slide, stress. Tarini, can you just move with the fourth one? So after this relaxation exercise, see why I have conducted this kind of an exercise is just to see that how you face the things, the challenging things which you come or face in your life, the obstacles, how to handle them. Now, can anybody tell me like what do you understand by stress? What is stress in your life? Tarini, I can expect from you. Okay, Monisha, right. Overthinking is a stress. Fine. Now, stress can be good as well as, sometimes it is considered to be very healthy because when you are stressed out, you try to complete things. But when the stress prolongs, then it becomes a problem. So before we moving to the stress-free interview, you need to understand what a stress is all about. It is a feeling of being overwhelmed, or sometimes you're not able to cope up with your mental or emotional pressure. It is your body which is responding to that kind of a pressure. See, in your life, you will be facing many challenges. It can be your academic, family, or friends, whatever, or submitting your project work on time, or you're not able to do it. Many obstacles can be there, which can cause us stress. But if you handle it, if you know to cope up, then it becomes easier. But at some case, it keeps prolonging and it causes a lot of tension. When an individual is encountering stress, I could see that many of the students are, like finishing from class 12 or first year or second year. Whenever you face up an exam, if your exam starts by 9, around 8:30 or 8:50, before you enter to that examination hall, you feel stressed up. You feel some kind of an attention. You may be worried what kind of a question paper will be. Will I be able to do it? How my performance is going to be? Am I prepared well? So many queries keeps going on. But the minute you see your question paper, the stress is relieved. So this is the very temporary kind of a stress. But if you're not prepared, then the stress prolongs for the next 3 hours. You forget, you're not able to recollect what you learned in your exam. So that can affect your health. Sometimes the stress can be useful, as I say. It helps to push through fear or pain. For example, if you wanted to participate in a marathon, the minute the marathon is going to start, you'll have a stress. But the minute you are on the track, you just forget. Delivering a speech, you've been asked by your department to conduct something, to conduct a seminar. You may be stressed for a few seconds, but when you start delivering, you forget that kind of a stress because you're prepared, you know what you have to execute it, and you know how you're going to go further. Stress is very, very normal. Tarini, next slide. Students, you can stop me. If you're not able to understand, you can just message me so I can slow down. Is it fine? Okay. Now, what are the reasons for being stressed? It can be a negative effect. Now, when the individual is unable to cope, then it may lead to a negative. It can affect your mental as well as physical health. For some, the stress can be due to their health issues. For some, it could be due to financial crunches. Now, in the COVID, we could see that many people have undergone so much of stress in their life. Many lost their jobs, many faced family issues, many have lost their dear and loved ones. So much has happened from past 1.5 years. Many things that can lead to stress, stress, for example, as I said, losing someone, it could be a grief, that kind of a pain where an individual takes time to come out. Second, as a student, adjusting to the new environment, The first year students will take time. They never knew like when all these things will be normal, though the college has started. Making friends, getting adjusted with the new curriculum, expectations from your parents, and then your peer pressures, which is quite common in this age. You go through a lot from your friend circle, family issues, financial crunches, academic challenges. You know it, but you don't know how to execute it. I as a psychologist, I never believe in saying anything like any subjects that this is difficult. I always tell my students always to think that as a challenge. Nothing is difficult. It's all your mindset. If you have that kind of a mindset, then it becomes very difficult. It is you who keep telling that, oh my God, this I cannot do it. This is not my cup of tea. But rather focus. Yes, believe in yourself. It is nothing. It is just a challenge. It's an obstacle. You just need to look in and then see how you can improve in that particular area. Your career aspirations. Young students, they keep thinking from the class of 9th, from class of 6th. But when you come to the college, when you do your graduation, you get confused where I'm supposed to do, what kind of a PG I'm supposed to take up. Do I need to go to abroad for my master's? So many things keep coming, but those are the temporary stress. But you need to ensure and encounter that it should not affect your mental state. Everything is in your hand. You have the control of yourself. Dharini, the next one. Yeah. Now you need to understand, as I say, like when you're facing up an exam, on that particular day, you may be anxious, you could be afraid, or you done something and you have been called by your principal to meet something, and that could be for a good thing, but still you will be like little more confused. What is it? Or at times, like some disturbed thing have happened in the family, you may be angry and you don't know how to execute it, and you show it on your friends. Or some bad day in the college, you then put it across to your parents. And if your mom or father keeps asking, you just tell them like, don't get into my personal things, because you don't know how to handle. Then your frustration, feeling low. If suppose in one particular IT paper, if your performance has gone bad, then you carry that, you show it, and you think that, oh my God, I think I cannot. Low self-confidence, and then at last, depressed. Today I see the word depression, even the class 6 standard child keeps telling this. They don't know what is depression, but it becomes so easy for them. Feeling sad is not a depression. A feeling low is also not a depression. Depression is totally a different scenario, students. You need to understand that. Never ever in your daily life convey to yourself that I'm depressed. It is not a fashionable word where you can describe it. Fine. So always, that is why I have mentioned in my PPT about the depression, because I wanted to insist on this particular term. So this kind of an emotions, like this kind of a signs, this is a very common as a human beings, we face this. Till class 10th or till class 11th, you would have learned science or biology. You know, like what are the changes taking place in your body, how you release your tension. So this is just an emotion which is being exhibited in this particular manner. Now, when all the signs are there, then what will happen to that individual? They will withdraw from others. If the person is stressed out, they'll have a disturbed sleep. They'll have a poor appetite, resulting headache, nausea, indigestion, sweating heart, palpitation, aches and pains. So if you're going to have stress or thinking too much on a particular thing, the result will be all this. Tharani, next slide. Now, After your graduation or after your master's, maybe there will be some instance like some students would prefer to take up a job. And mostly whether it is for an interview for doing a higher studies or for any kind of a job or any kind of employment opportunity, a stress will be there. That's what I say, stress can be good, but it depends how you tackle it. Even if you wanted to play a chess or participating in a tournament or going for some kind of a college culturals, and where you have to represent your college, even that particular minute also you'll be having a stress. But the minute the thing starts coming, you feel completely relaxed. Same thing goes with your interview. One thing you need to understand, students, the interviews are conducted, whoever is going to interview, they really wanted to see, they wanted to examine how you are or how you are handling your stress. You cannot exhibit your emotions over there. Today, whether a student is doing, is going to take up a job in related to MBA or HR, definitely the person who is going to interview him will look on how about his managerial skills and how he is going to handle the stress level. So you cannot carry the stress when you're going for an interview. When somebody is looking to hire you, what they are looking? Your knowledge, how confident you are, your creative thinking, your language skills. Everything is analyzed through interviews. Dharani, next slide. Yeah. Now, it is very common to be stressed if suppose tomorrow you have to go for an interview, and the interview from one of the finest MNC, could be a Infosys or CTS, whatever you call it. Before that, you know that tomorrow is your interview by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Let us assume. What are you supposed to do with? First thing, a previous day, just feel relaxed. Go for a walk, maybe in your own garden or in your terrace. Practice stop method. When I say stop method, what does it say? Anybody? What do you understand by the word stop? Okay. Stop is something, you should always remember before your interview, focusing on your thought, what you're doing. Observe what is going on in your body, your emotions on the previous day. Why are you feeling them? Are you really tensed? How am I supposed to handle it? And then proceed with an intention, believing that, yes, I need to do something. And always take a few deep breaths, the one which I've taught you also. Our simple thing when you're highly stressed, do a backward counting from 20 to 1, 20, 19, and keep telling, yes, I'll be relaxed. For example, Tarani can say, yeah, Tarani, just talk to yourself, be relaxed. Bharat can say, yeah, let me be relaxed. It's my day. Tomorrow I need to really prove myself. And today's world, nobody is going to come and appreciate you. It is you who have to acknowledge you. You need to pat and tell, yes, I can face it. It's not a rocket science. It's just an interview, a conversation with an interviewer. So you need to keep all those things in mind. And second thing, it is not the end of the day. Whatever it is going to happen on the day, that's fine. But from my side, I need to prepare well. So these are the things which you have to keep in your mind. And then that is what? Preparing for the worst. Preparing for the worst, anything can happen. You all know India is highly populated, and in your age group, there are many, many students who will be passed out, and many would have been applied for that particular opportunity. It is almost like a race where you have to come out. So it's fine. But always think that you're going to give the best and that particular position or that job is for you. It's totally tailored for you. And then make an interview sheet. Very important. What is this interview sheet, students? Now, you know that the next day is your interview. That is by 10 o'clock. You've been called by CTS or any kind of a software company. You have to just take a small sheet or whatever, a notebook or small, whatever the way you feel, just to see where that place is. You need to calculate the distance, the time, and the person, whoever is going to recruit you, that person's name, because somebody has intimated you, would have applied through any kind of a social media, you would have seen in a newspaper or through someone, you would have, drafted a mail to that particular company. So keeping all those things, and the company would have also sent a mail, a confirmation, and they would have scheduled an interview for you. So keep all those details with you. Know that particular area, and also study what kind of a company is it all about. Keep planning, have a plan. Fine. You should not become a jittery. When I say a jittery in the sense, oh my God, what they're going to ask. See, being from the IT field, you're all from computer science, definitely the interviewer will be looking at the skills, your language skills, how good you are into that. So prepare well, be confident. And the next day morning, you cannot study like how you're preparing for your exam. You just need to go with a clean mind to the interview. Don't skip your breakfast if your interview is in the morning or maybe like 12, because it will take time. Have a healthy breakfast, because if you're going to skip your breakfast, whatever you have learned or whatever you wanted to put it across before the interviewer, you may miss out, because your brain, your body, everything needs energy. Many times I have seen the students, before the exam, they don't take up, especially the girls, they skip, or they go with half a idli, or I know it's fine, you maintain a good personality, but it doesn't mean that no, you skip all those things, and then there is no point in crying, once if you don't perform well, your performance goes down. So take a healthy breakfast, which is very important. Again, I don't know, most of you would have heard this from your school life itself. Your teachers would have told the importance of the breakfast. Breaking a fast is known as a breakfast. I hope you all are aware about it. All are aware about it, students? Okay, good, nice. So have a healthy breakfast. Give yourself a pep talk. Students, this is very important. See, in today's scenario, you will not get anybody to come and talk or appreciate you. You yourself need to talk. I know, like I keep telling my students, like when you wanted to talk or when you're going for a presentation or whatever, just talk, stand before the mirror and just express it. Look at your reactions. Speak confidently. Give yourself a motivation, a pep talk, saying that, yes, I'm smart, I'm qualified, I'm really good, and I'm going to make it in this interview. Have that confidence in you, children. That's very important. So pep talk is very important. At last, you can always do your interview practice. If you're going to attend your interview, this is your first interview, for example, you can have a rehearsal with your close friend or with your family member, which will help you. And before going to bed, listen to a soothing music. Don't go with a sad kind of a music where your emotions also becomes very sad. Have the one which is, I know like most of you will be really having some kind of a taste towards the music. So listen to the one which is going to motivate you, not going to demotivate you. So pick up those kind of a soft music or instrumental thing which makes you calm. And last, always carry a smile. Don't bring your emotions on your face. Don't become nervous. Don't become jittery. Be cool and relaxed. You know that it is an interview, and that's fine. Now, use your stress as a adrenaline. What does it mean? This is something like, just be relaxed and bring out all your energy in a very, very positive manner. Tarani, the next slide. Am I clear till that? Now, students, the best techniques for a successful interview. Now you know that you're going for an interview. The most important is prepare well, and you have to give that best possible impression. The first impression is always the best impression. Then your body language. Be confident even before the interview commences. Suppose you're in the waiting area. Generally, it happens. People keep watching you, right from the secretary, right from whoever. There will be like HR or any kind of the company staff who will be observing your minute actions. If you're waiting in a waiting area and there are other candidates, just greet them and just mind your business. Don't get into any kind of a chit chat. This is kind of a decorum which you are giving to that particular interview place. So have your basic decorum and just look into yourself and behave very well. Have a good posture, even if you're sitting in the waiting room. Have a good posture. Appropriate dress code. Many of them, they don't know what kind of a dress code they are supposed to wear. You're supposed to wear a formals. Now it depends from the company, wherever you're going to apply. Whichever the MNC, study them, find out what kind of dress code the company is demanding from their employers. Google it, search it, be prepared. Accordingly plan or ask from your seniors or from your relatives who would have been working with the MNCs or from that particular concern. Gather all those informations, and you need to keep all this a day before. You cannot plan up your dress code just before the interview, not in the morning hours, because your appearance counts. And also you need to really carry the way you are going to present yourself. Of course, for the boys, it will be the formals. And for the girls, it could be the saris. Or for some MNCs, it could be the skirt. And the skirt which has to be, till the knee level with a proper footwear. And the hair has to be tied up with a gentle makeup. And again, the boys cannot go with those kind of fashionable kind of watches. Be very simple and not with that funky kind of a hairstyle. So you're going to represent something. People are going to take you, people are going to judge you. So the personality is not with the color and all, students. Whatever, that is totally a different. But how you're choosing your wardrobe colors and everything matters a lot. Boys, I mean, your shoes has to be polished. It has to be good one. So all the things you need to keep in your mind when you are facing up the interview. And again, different industries have a different expectations, and they all expect that the candidates, or their employees should dress well. The dress code can vary greatly. It depends from their company to company, from the industry to industry, or from the location to location. So think accordingly. If you're going for some kind of an interview in a university or for a college for the job of a lecturer, then the girls has to be in a sari. So understand what kind of the demand is from that particular institution or from that particular company or organization. Tarini, the next slide. Yeah. Now, the skills. So you understood what was the stress is all about, the signs and the symptoms, and then how to calm the stress, and then you are learning the ways, the best techniques while attending an interview. Now, the skills. What are the skills? Brush up your interview skills. What does it mean? One thing you need to understand, giving an interview is a skill, and the interviewer is going to assess you on many things. They will be analyzing your ability to interact, how good you are in articulating your thoughts, and how much you are really interested to get that position or to get that job. Then your interview preparation. Prepare well. Be confident. You're from IT background, so be strong with the language. Your C++ or Java, whatever it is, whatever the background you're from. Have a complete preparation. Then analyzing the course description or the job description. If some students who are applying for, I have just given both these slots. If some students who wanted to plan for a higher studies, if you wanted to plan for abroad, you're supposed to analyze it. You have to give a description to that particular institution. The universities in the abroad, they demand, they see how well you are in drafting, how much really you are interested. Do you really worth for that particular course? Similarly, when it comes to a job, analyze it. The company will be looking many things on you. So prepare well, do your homework. And then reading your resume. This is very important, students. Your resume has to speak about yourself. Your resume has to get correlated when you are going for an interview. The interviewer will pick up things from your resume and he's going to shoot up the questions. So you cannot write which is not related to your area. And then your resume has to be customized. Today you're applying for one, you would have been applying for 5 companies. Each company, the positions will be different. You cannot have same one for all the companies or for all the organizations. You really need to look at, if, for example, if you're going for a lecturer post, you really need to show the skills accordingly. If you're going for a position of a HR, you need to show the skills accordingly. If you're going as the IT personnel are going to handle on the networking area, you need to present accordingly. So your resume has to be very clear with the cover letter. There are ways. See, this session is, this topic itself is very vast, children. So you need to understand, even while drafting a mail to a particular company, there you Google and see there is a way and style even to email. A business email is totally different. Sending a mail to a recruiter is totally different. You cannot put it the way you are putting towards your, the way you write it to your friends, or, the way you mail it. It should be very, very decent. So the mail etiquettes you have to learn when you are now, especially everything is online. So even the interviews could be online. So keeping all those things in mind, when you're going to draft something, keep the etiquettes in your mind. Do a lot of research. Now, everyone knows that interviewer will have some common sets of questions. These are known as researching potential interview questions. Potential interview questions. What are they? First thing, any interviewer may ask you to describe yourself. Okay, put it across. Be soft and gentle. Talk about yourself. Now, most of the companies, they will ask about your strength and weakness. Strength could be your confidence, your knowledge about the subject. Weakness, here you have to be very careful. Now, I want anyone to tell me, what do you understand by weakness? Yeah, anybody? Students, anybody can tell me what do you understand by the term called weakness? Weakness that we should improve. Okay, smart one. Yeah. Otherwise, okay, fine. Generally, the student, I mean, generally, the adolescents, like the students who are in your age group, they have the mentality, they keep telling that, okay, my strengths could be like my confidence, my weakness could be my the short temper, or, I sometimes I just be rude. You cannot say all those things in an interview. See, being sad, or sometimes you may say like, oh, some girls can say, I'm very reserved. You are giving a wrong impression. So be very careful and watchful. If somebody is asking you about your weakness, just tell them my weakness is my family. Never ever tell about any emotions. Never tell I am a short temper, I'm a long temper, I am very shrewd, I don't talk much, I don't mingle easily, I take time to get adjust. Never use this. See, this all is an emotions which could be, you can feel it today, but it is not necessary that you may be anger or you may feel sad the next day. So you are giving an opportunity, or you are giving a chance where the interviewer to know your emotions, so that they may have some kind of opinion. So don't give any kind of situation or create a situation where somebody is going to make an opinion of you. So be very careful when you're going to explain about your weakness. Just make it in a statement. But still, some may not be convinced. They say, no, no, how it is possible? Everybody will have a weakness. Something will be that. They may say that, I'm a person, I'm like too punctual, or sometimes that becomes a problem. Or they say like, it is really difficult for me to get along with the new people, new staff members. If they're going to say and wanted to take something from you, you have to be very careful. You say that, see, sir, or see, ma'am, my emotions, like it is not necessary. Yeah, it's very common, today I can feel sad, or today I may not be coping well with my friend, or I have things, but it is not necessary that I should have the same kind of a situation or same kind of a emotion for the next day. So I know how to handle my emotions. So you have to be very crystal clear when you're talking about your weakness and practicing answers to all the questions. See, now I don't know about your field. I'm from a psychology background. You're from the IT background. So you should know what kind of a general, mostly the questions will be related to your area. So be prepared. Your skills. Okay, your skills is something like it has to be based on your qualification. Your skills for, for example, for a IT job, you're all from IT background. What is it they're going to look? I'm repeating it. They are going to look for your language or a program, your written and verbal communication, your IP setup, knowledge about wireless modem or routers, cloud computing, JavaScript, Python or cybersecurity, networking, analytics, project management, multitasking, critical thinking. So they are going to assess. This is an example which I want to tell you. So similarly, if somebody, a BCom student is going for an interview, definitely the areas will be related to banking. So you should be prepared like this kind of a set of the questions the person is going to ask you. So prepare well, research the company, know everything about it, and then listening skills. When interviewer is throwing a question, listen carefully from where that person is starting. Don't interrupt. Be focused. Be polite. And then answer. When you're answering, your communication skills, look into that. Don't raise your voice. Maintain a tone. Maintain a volume. Your body language, your gesture. I know most of the students, they have the habit of shaking, lifting their hands or showing some actions. If you have control of it, carry on. But before the interviewer, don't keep looking down, have an eye contact. And when you're attending the interview, don't carry any stuff with you. Be relaxed and just focus on their questions. And think, just take a second. Nobody is going to stop you. Take a second, take a deep breath, and then answer. And be very, very clear when you're going to answer. Tarani, the next slide. Okay, just a second. Yeah, skills I have done, Tarini. Minimize your interview stress. The next one. Yeah. You need to understand that the interviews can be stressful. You will be anxious and it can be difficult because you are really mentally prepared because you wanted this job. You're focused. To keeping everything in mind, you have to prepare well. Now, how to minimize it? As I told, I have also explained how to calm the previous day. But once a person is not able to do well, what are the reasons could be? Lack of confidence. Generally, a person who is missing their interview, not able to do well, what could be the reason? They never did a homework properly about that particular organization, made assumptions about that particular role, which would have been incorrect. Not knowing about the interviewer's goal or intent behind their questions. They will ask something, and if you don't know, you manipulate something, which will show that you are not prepared well. And not knowing the interviewer's response. Tarini, next slide. Yeah. Now, what are the remedies? See, stress is a very common thing. You need to prepare well, you need to practice well because it's your day. So, what you should be, you have to be confident, do your research work, know what is required for that particular job, prepare well, practice well. As I'm repeating it, practice well with your family member or with your friends, understanding the interviewer's goal, what that company is looking for, and listen carefully whatever they are going to say. And be careful with your gesture, with your verbal communication, with your non-verbal communications. While speaking also, try to avoid, don't drag the sentence, be crystal clear. Whatever they are asking, be just narrow down. Take your time and then give the answers. Tarini, next slide. Yeah. And then be very well organized. That's very important while you're going to attend an interview. Update your resume and cover letter. Customize each time you apply. And then today, like everything is through the social media, and you really need to have a good and smart profile. So update, whether it is a LinkedIn or, you can always have a makeover. You can connect with the people, get references. Generally, in a resume, you have two references, one from your department or from your whoever, is willing to give a reference. And always consider an interview as an opportunity and look from a positive perspective. Use your networking contact. And once you're done with the interview, give them a thank you note for whatever it is, whether you're getting selected, not getting selected, or you'll be shortlisted for the second or whatever it is. And once you're done with the interview, maybe after a couple of weeks, or you can find out from the interviewer person or from the front office, like when you can have a follow-up. So gently, you can give them a reminder or a follow-up, knowing the state of that opportunity. Dharani, the next one. Okay. The most important thing. So you're going for an interview. What you're supposed to do is you need to sell your skills. You're all from IT background. So whatever the qualifications or whatever the skills you're having, you need to exhibit before the recruiter. Your credentials is something, your certificates, your whatever your mark sheets and whatever. Okay, all those things you have to have it, and then you have to prove that yes, this is my qualification. I am my field of expertise is this. You really need to sell it. With some preparation, you'll be able to present yourself as a candidate. The organization is always there to hire you. You need to ensure that the interview is wanted to hire you. So you need to sell your qualifications accordingly. Tarini, the next slide. Okay. Now, once the interview is done, the interviewer will expect from you that they will ask you, do you have any kind of questions or anything in your mind? What is it? What kind of questions you can ask them? Okay. So if you don't ask them, they will feel that, depends from the company to company again. They may feel that you're not prepared well, or you're not interested, or you are not confident in asking questions. So quickly, I'll just tell you this. What kind of a questions you can ask them? Okay. Never start with the salary or something. Definitely there will be a category where you will be negotiating about the salary. So don't ask that immediately. Now, when it is your turn to ask the questions from that HR recruiter, what you can ask? What could be the responsibilities for that position? What you're looking from the candidate? What are the biggest challenges? What kind of a typical work? Don't ask about that company and all, because you have to do that Google. So they'll think that without knowing the organization, this person has come for an interview. So see that what, if you want, I can send this details. So it is just, you need to go through this, the questions which you can ask the interview. Dharani, the next slide. Then comes the office structure and the culture. Very important for you to understand the setup, their office culture, what is it? So you can have questions accordingly. How many people are working in that particular department? Okay. And if you are offered the position, okay, can you meet them before making my final accept? What kind of a decision? All those things you can ask them. What is the company's management style? Or do they have any kind of a policy, for the new members of the team to get on? All the things you can ask after your interview. Tarani, next slide. Yes. Now, also remember, you can always look into the questions like, how would you describe this company's values, so that you're showing an interest for that particular organization. Fine. And some more questions could be like related to something like, is there anything, they will ask you, like, you can ask about your qualifications. Like, do you have any reservations, for your post, for your qualifications in future? If at present they are saying like now the recruitment is very limited. So you can ask like, what could be in future? Okay. Or if they are going to offer you a letter, job offer, then you can ask them like, how would you like me to start? When can I expect to hear from you? So in a very polished and mild ways, you can ask questions from the interviewer or from the recruiter. Dharani, the next slide. Now, very important is the questions which you cannot ask during the interview. Okay, what does the company is doing? You have to do this research. And then if I get the job, when can I take time for vacation? Okay, so you cannot ask all these things. Can I change my schedule if I get the job? Fine, or change the time slot. And then asking, being young, generally we make this mistake. Did I get the job? Before completing the entire process. So don't be impatient. They will let you know. Avoid me questions. Tarani, next slide. Ask one question at a time and allow the interviewer to answer your questions if you have any kind of a query in your mind. And then avoid yes or no questions. Don't give a choice to the recruiter where he has to pick up a yes or no. Ask questions on the topics, on your own qualification area, on your own language areas. You can ask that, and never be personal to that person, even if they are asking you. But please, if you know somebody would have referred you, some kind of a recommendation would be there or some reference. Don't talk about them or tell them that I'm sure that I will be getting it. Never ever do this kind of error while asking questions or when you are attending your interview. Tarani, the next slide. Okay. These are the few little things which you have to keep in your mind while attending the interview or planning for an interview. Dressing inappropriately. Please wear a proper dress code. Girls, chudidar with leggings is not permitted anywhere. It comes under the casual wear. Either you have to go with a proper salwar kameez or a sari, or with a dress code at a executive level. Similarly, the boys, you cannot go with your jeans where it is, with a stylish kind of a thing. No, you need to avoid it. You have to. It cannot be even semi-formals. I know, like some boys, they go in a jean and they go with a shirt. No, that is also a inappropriate dress. That your dressing sense itself will speak about you. You know what kind of a personality you are. So please ensure that you are in a formal dress code. And then arriving late, ensure that you reach the place 15 minutes, keep a buffer time 15 to 20 minutes. Your time management skills, that's also very important. When it comes to time management skills, the interviewer is going to see when the interviewer is going to offer you a job, he is going to look you from many areas. What could it be? What the interviewer's expectation will be? The interviewer will see that whether this person is organized. Be honest. See, whatever you know, be honest, be genuine. That's very important. Then using your phone during the interview, it's really not a healthy thing. And never have your coffee or something, you're just stepping into the interview hall. Leave your, if a girls, you're having a handbag or something, you can always request in the front office, you can just keep it aside. Just take your documents for the interview. Carry well. And then don't pretend, do well, and don't go and tell them that I don't know anything about the company, when it has come, what it has started. When you guys, don't use this language and all. So be smart while you're talking. And fuzzy resume facts, just to fill up the resume. Don't give information which is not apt to your profession. Don't give some kind of wrong inputs about yourself. Not paying attention, avoid it. You need to pay attention. And then you keep the interviewer will ask you to talk, so just talk sensibly. Don't keep on talking. And not being prepared to answer questions, right? This happens when you're not sure. Just tell them that I'm sorry, if you don't know the answer, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you just say. Then the person will move with the next question. And then suppose if you're going for this interview for this, this is like your second interview or a third interview, and you've worked somewhere, and you're really had some kind of a bad experience in your previous company, you're not going to talk about them. The person definitely will ask you the reasons why you left that company. You just say that I just wanted to improve my own thing. There was not much particular growth. You're not going to give any sort of a negative comment about any organization, even if you really faced it, because this person can judge you, and they may think that tomorrow, if you are going to leave this place also, you will talk about this company to another one in a wrong manner. So never do that. Avoid criticism. Tharani, the next slide. Okay. So in conclusion, what I wanted to tell you all students is, the interviews are conducted to gain confidence. The purpose of interview is you meet new people, you learn new things, you can improve the areas what you would have gone in one interview. If you have not made it also, you can analyze it. Okay, this where the areas are, this where the skills where I can improve. Okay, and you always need to stay enthusiastic. Don't carry that stress. This is not the end, students. There is always a proverb, failure is the stepping stone of success. So always keep that in mind. This is not an end, and it's fine. If something is not working out, it's fine. And always take that it's the company is in a loss, not you. Keep that in mind. If you're not get selected, it's okay, perfectly fine. Fine. So make your interview feel much less stressful. Have your preparation well. Take time. Prepare well. Always remember, students, your interview is not an exam, okay? You don't need to study for hours or, rather what you need to do is do a proper research about that company. I'm repeating this. Prepare well, practice well, and present the best. Give the best out of you. Have that confidence in you, right? From here, I'm just ending the session. Any question and answers, you can just let me know. Tarani? Yeah. Any queries from the student side? Okay. One question I just wanted to give you as a case study. Okay. So now, in an interview, there will be a general question, as I told you in my presentation also. How are you going to handle a stress? When this kind of a question is being asked by a recruiter, what answer you can give them? Anybody? Anybody? If somebody is asking you, and a HR recruiter is asking you, how can you handle your stress if the job is offered and you've been assigned with a multiple tasking? What will be your answer? Will you tell them that, yeah, I'm under pressure? It's really stressful. I cannot give it on that particular deadline. Can you say all this? Yes, good. Harish has said, like, by keeping ourselves calm. Okay, now listen. What you can also say, keeping calm is fine, but that is not a convincing answer when you have been given a deadline as a fresher and within a you have joined and within a week you are supposed to submit, like just in a 5 days where the expectation is more on you, a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder. So what you will say, and somebody is thinking on that particular area, then you would say like pressure is very important, it's stress is important, the pressure is important, because as a student you've been always given a lot of assignments and deadlines, and you've been always motivated and you have submitted on date. And of course, there are times pressure is there, which been leading to stress, but your skills, you know how to balance the multiple projects and meeting the deadlines. You can always tell, yes, there were cases in Menu where as a student, there were deadlines, and within the consecutive week, we had our semesters and we had a seminar presentation. So I'm grateful to my department, or I'm grateful to my college who gave me this kind of a multiple tasking work where I can schedule, where I can well balance. And I've been so far, I've been always successful completing my work. So this is the smart answer. Don't scratch your head and think. Be very clear when you are going to give answer when there is a question that how you are going to handle stress, right? Yeah. Yeah, students. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, Tarini?
Students, if you have any queries, you can please ask them. Guys, unmute yourself, or you can drop your questions in the chat box.
Okay, fine. thinking and assuming that the session was beneficial to all the students, I take the opportunity to thank your HOD Uma ma'am for offering me this session early morning. I mean, this on wonderful day. Thank you so much, Uma ma'am. And thank you, the other faculty of Computer Science Department and SRM institution. Wishing you all the best and success, students. And always remember, stay calm, and appreciate yourself and believe in yourself. And keep one thing in mind, that you have born to create miracles. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. It was very inspiring, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was so informative. I hope the students make use of your valuable words. Now I call upon Tharani, our second year BSc, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm happy and thankful for allowing me to deliver vote of thanks at this wonderful gesture. I extend my sincere thanks to the management for encouraging us to conduct this type of events, and my grateful thanks to our chief guest, Mrs. Priya Lilith, for joining us on this occasion. I heartily thank our respected faculty coordinator, Mrs. P. Mrs. P. Ponveni, Assistant Professor, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus, for her support and guidance. I am thankful to all the participants for joining the event to attend the session. Thank you all once again. And guys, please wait for me. We'll send you a feedback link, so just register in that form to get the e-certificates.
Thank you, students. I'll be sharing my website link also. Anybody in future wanted to any kind of a guidance can always, approach me. So I'll be happy to, whatever is possible, I can reach you out. Thank you, ma'am. Is there anything else?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Right.
Thank you for valuable time, ma'am.
Thank you.
Guys, fill the feedback link to get the e-certificates.
Yeah, once done, you can leave the meet.